When I start talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, oh, some toes will curl for sure.
Yo, how are we just now finding out that Uncle Ron passed away? How did this stay out of the media? And how the hell hasn't this been plastered all over TikTok?
Jay-Z and Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line.
What happens with exposures? You make yourself vulnerable to all kinds of attacks, seen and unseen. What happened to my friend when he passed away?
Diddy's former bodyguard was announced dead just 24 hours after he posted a video revealing everything he knew while working with Diddy. Jay-Z and Beyonce are reportedly panicking about what the bodyguard had to say, and it's all tied to the new lawsuit against them. Not only that, but Diddy's situation has officially gotten much worse after the government revealed the identities of the victims in the indictment. There's a lot to unpack.
Beyonce and Jay-Z will do anything to destroy anyone who speaks out against them. Okay, I get the threats, but you have to remember one thing. I know your deepest secrets. I know so much about you and what you've done. I know so much on how you got where you are, how you stepped on many people. Beyonce, how you guys ended Carrie Hilson's career because she said something about you. That's how hateful you guys are, how you step on anybody to stay on the top. So remember, your relationship was a business relationship, financial, to get to the top, to become big.
On December 13th, 2024, Uncle Ron, a former bodyguard who worked for both Jay-Z and Diddy, posted a video on TikTok explaining how Diddy and Jay-Z allegedly worked together to control the music industry. Uncle Ron claimed he had been receiving threats from Jay-Z and Beyonce for speaking out. According to him, Beyonce and Jay-Z's marriage was a strategic business relationship designed to grow their influence. Just 24 hours after the video was posted, Uncle Ron was found dead.
There's no love there. See, what's done in the dark will definitely come in the light. Keep your threats up. I'm here today, and what I got to say, I'm gonna say it. So don't make idle threats to me.
Following Uncle Ron's death, all of the videos on his TikTok account discussing Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce were deleted and scrubbed from the internet. Comments on his other videos were also wiped. Shortly before he died, Uncle Ron said he had evidence proving that Jay-Z and Diddy were controlling the industry. Yet, just one day after making that claim public, he suddenly died.
Start talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce. Oh, some toes will curl for sure. But hey, the truth is the truth, whether you believe it or not. Yeah, I'm on an investigation. So that's why I'm telling what I'm telling. Because now they have proof. I have physically showed them proof. Things that I have witnessed, things that was told to me. And yeah, of course, it's coming out.
Jay-Z and Puffy wanted Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me. Believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times how he was tired of being used and abused. That he was bigger than Bad Boy itself. How I know I was there. Another thing, Jay-Z wanted him out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist around.
But there's stories that have to be told. The truth needs to come out. A man lost his...
Is it really a coincidence that everyone close to Diddy and Jay-Z keeps dying from pneumonia? Ron looked completely fine in his videos. He wasn't coughing or showing any signs of illness. Are we supposed to believe someone who appeared perfectly healthy died from pneumonia in under 24 hours?
Beyonce's ex-bodyguard who threatened to expose them Yeah, threatened to expose them, I believe, in 2023. Is deceased. He's passed away.
Allegedly, that's what they are saying.
Allegedly, that is what they are saying. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, they said he died from that pneumonia.
Yes.
You know, just like Kim, just like Brittany Murphy. That pneumonia ain't no joke. Hey, every time somebody get to telling the truth about someone, whoever's been lying, they just say a little prayer and then the pneumonia come and then yeah. A lot of people been getting.
So what exactly was Uncle Ron planning to expose that allegedly got him killed? In a previous video, he claimed that Diddy had offered him $30,000 back in 1997 to get rid of Biggie Smalls. At the time, Biggie was reportedly planning to leave Bad Boy Records, and Diddy wanted to stop him. Gene Deal, another former associate, has also confirmed that Diddy was planning to get rid of Biggie. There was no reason for Biggie to be in LA right after Tupac's death. It was all allegedly part of Diddy's plan.
Biggie killed. Bottom line. You don't have to believe me. Believe the facts. Here's a man that wanted to leave Bad Boy. He wanted to do his own thing. He mentioned several times, dangled a bogus contract in front of his face so he wouldn't leave the company today.
Now, according to this website, Bristol Film Festival, it looks like Ron Smith also alleged that Diddy had approached him in 1997 to carry out the death of Biggie. So not only to be his bodyguard, but to go and commit the crime on his own time.
Back in March 1st, 1997, Diddy approached him and offered him $30,000 to put a hit on Biggie. All of this is alleged. He said the reason was because Diddy allegedly wanted the rights to Biggie's catalog. He also says that Biggie had plans of leaving Bad Boy. He goes on to say that Diddy is evil and that him and his mother have treated all of Diddy's employees like they were scum of the earth. And then he ends that video saying he has so much more to talk about when it comes to Diddy. According to Uncle Ron, Biggie wanted to leave Bad Boy because he was tired of being used and abused. And then he said somebody, but we're not going to say any more names, dangled a fake contract in front of Biggie so that he wouldn't leave. He said, I know this because I was there. He said Jay-Z wanted Biggie out of the industry, period. According to Uncle Ron, Jay-Z wanted to be the biggest hip-hop artist in the industry, and he said, look at him today. In his own words, he said it's all business. These two billionaires have done what they see.
Gene Deal has said that on the day of Biggie's shooting, Diddy was acting strange, like he knew something was about to happen. According to Gene, Diddy planned Biggie's death step.
97% of those people would say he had no business in LA at that time. We all knew that. Why would Puff rent studio time? Come on, man, look. You gotta look at what people do, man. You know Pac just got killed. It ain't no kind of business Big was doing. Big couldn't even walk, he couldn't run. They was pushing him around in a wheelchair, brother. Why the hell would you rent studio time in LA for him to finish your album when in fact you got your own studio, Daddy's house? Let's keep it a buck. Let's stop this bullshit, man. Let's stop doing these interviews, man, about this shit. Because people ain't getting it. He did not want the beef with the Crips. Puff ain't want the beef with the Dog Pound, Snoop them or whatever. Big started that beef.
Even Biggie's own mother called Gene Deal and thanked him for exposing Diddy. And let's not forget,
Jane, here go Ms. Wallace.
Exposures. You make yourself vulnerable to all kinds of attacks, seen and unseen. What happened to my friend? When he passed away, there was $250,000 on my head and $150,000 on his. But what if I had decided to go back with my head held low and said, Sean, I'm willing to play the game. and then found a way to get inside of him and move him around.
Oh wait, maybe I said that shit about boyfriend because he got Tupac killed.
I seen that Diddy tried to silence you or tried to get you to stop talking about him.
This is relayed to me by Kirk Burrows. This guy is like this with Diddy. You seen him on Drink Champs with him. You see him walking the streets in Miami with him, the whole 9 yards. So I'm saying to him, what does he want to talk to me for? He ain't got enough to say. He ain't got nothing to say to me. He said, yo, Gene, he said enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Enough is enough to what? And I told Kirk Burrows, I said, yo, if he wanted, I said, he don't want to talk to me for himself. He wanted to talk to me for Diddy. And I ain't got nothing to say to him. He ain't said enough is enough to Wolf mother when he cursed out and told her all kinds of shit. Did he say enough is enough to Big's mother? What do you mean enough is enough? And that's how that conversation went.
How did you feel about it after you were done?
I felt that, like, because they must have got at Kirk Burrows, because Kirk called me with the bullshit. Yo, you got to fix that. You know this. Man, God, excuse me. Listen here, bro. I don't care nothing about none of these industry cats and what they do and how they do it. That's their business. You understand? I don't tell a man how to screw his wife and how to spend his money. You don't tell me what I got to do with my time. Point blank.
Do you feel like at some point Diddy could try to come after you or do something, you know, being that he's went after a lot of people, he's did a lot of stuff.
An update now on Dwayne Keefe D. Davis. He's charged in the murder of Tupac Shakur. Davis was in court again this morning after a fight with another inmate. Fox 5's Mike Allen walks us through what happened.
Dwayne Davis is answering for a jailhouse brawl. Here's what court records show, along with images from surveillance video released by Las Vegas Justice Court. On December 23rd, Davis was being escorted back into his cell when another inmate, Rockland Hamilton, who's also facing a murder charge, is standing to the right by a sink in this room. Hamilton walked over to Davis and squared up, looking ready to fight. They started throwing punches and grappling, and the officer escorting Davis called for backup, gave verbal commands too for the inmates to stop fighting, and then hit them with pepper spray. Before backup officers arrived, the two inmates kept grappling and throwing punches and were eventually separated after backup officers got into the room. Both Davis and Hamilton face battery by prisoner charges.
And my whole thing about it is that Puff wasn't right what he did to people around us, man. He wasn't right what he did to people around us. Him being hard-headed, not listening, and not telling the truth and constantly lying cost a lot of people their lives, man. It cost a lot of people their lives. I want him to understand. When I told him, if we don't do something to these doors, people gonna die tonight. And forget, and I wanna say F what other people say, everybody know I told him that. Our whole crew know I told him that. From Slick to Nord, Bunny, Big Boy, Eddie, all the people that was with us that night know I told them that. 9 people end up dead.
How are we just now finding out that Uncle Ron passed away? How did this stay out of the media? And how the hell hasn't this been plastered all over TikTok? TikTok, you disappointed me. This was posted from Uncle Ron's official TikTok page by his wife on September 13th. It is now October 23rd, and it is just now hitting the blogs. And this thing remaining so low-key isn't the only thing that's suspicious. If you go to Uncle Ron's TikTok page, all of his videos are going to say the creator limited comments. This creator is stating that the reason why the comments are turned off is because people were in the comments asking what happened to Uncle Ron, how did he pass away, and the family wanted to avoid the question because they wanted to stay safe. I don't know how Uncle Ron passed away, and I don't even know if whatever they saying is the truth or is going to be the truth. But rest in peace, Uncle Ron. You are going down in the history books. You are a legend. You will be missed.
All right, Cassie. She plans to testify against Diddy at the trial, and she's going to use her name. So a lot of the women who have accused Diddy are anonymous. They're
Right.
Jane Doe
Jane Does.
or Victim One.
Or John
two,
Does.
or John Does. But Cassie allegedly, apparently, is going to take this stand and talk about her abuse. Obviously, that tape of him beating her up at the hotel is what set off this whole thing. You know what I mean? Like, this has just made it matters so bad for Diddy. So now that she is gonna sit up there and like look him square in the eyes and talk about her side of the story, that's not great for Diddy, obviously.
No, and like I think also Cassie is a celebrity, right? Like millennials know who she was or is. She had like a booming career back in the day. So I think it also adds some extra zhuzh when you have like a well-known public figure coming forward.
Trusted public figure.
Trusted and beloved too. So I think that also will hurt him. She of course became public. All of this went public when that video came out from CNN. So it's been revealed who she is already, and now she is not looking to conceal her name. She wants to, put it all out on the table. And yeah.
Implicate dozens of unidentified witnesses and allege co-conspirators around the world. And some of the key witnesses to the supposed incidents are dead. Basically meaning, how can we defend against it? The defense is not even permitted to share the identities of the individuals described in the disclosure letter with Mr. Combs until April 18th, further hampering defense counsel's ability to investigate. Collectively, these new allegations require many months, if not years, to investigate, and if admitted, would require a series of mini trials, certain to double the length of a trial the government originally said would last 3 weeks. So this is an explosive allegation that on its face, I don't know if I necessarily disagree with. If they are bringing in evidence of uncharged conduct, wouldn't the defense have an opportunity to investigate it and challenge it? It seems like they're making a point. So if this evidence is allowed in, there is a chance this could delay the trial significantly. We all know Combs wants to go to trial, but how can he properly defend himself against this in just a few weeks?
Now to Sean Diddy Combs, looking to suppress evidence in his federal trial. Senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is back with the story. Good morning again, Aaron.
And to you, Michael. You'll remember federal agents from Homeland Security investigations were hardly shy when they raided Sean Combs' opulent homes in Los Angeles and Miami, guns drawn. The jailed music mogul now argues those searches and other searches of his iCloud accounts, electronic devices, and New York City hotel room following his arrest were unconstitutional. His lawyers argue evidence obtained through those searches must be suppressed. Diddy's lawyers say the government presented a grossly distorted picture of reality when applying for the search warrants, omitting certain facts and including salacious details from an unnamed producer that were never credible. Combs has pleaded not guilty to racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. The defense is also arguing here his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, was a willing participant in drug-fueled sex performances called freak-offs, not coerced as prosecutors.
Our analysts have suspected for a while that Cassie Ventura is indeed victim number one. Now, the allegations laid out in Diddy's federal indictment match almost to a T her federal lawsuit against her ex, which was settled a day after filing. But since then, Diddy has faced 2 more superseding indictments, and now more victims have been added. But federal prosecutors say testifying under their real names would cause them significant embarrassment, anxiety, and social stigma. Cassie's now settled lawsuit arguably opened the floodgates to where we are today, and her suit laid out a roadmap where prosecutors could take the case from there. For weeks, known only then as Victim 1, we thought Cassie would be the only victim. Then came Victim 2, 3, and 4. It's unclear who they are. Diddy's defense team has long argued some of them are former girlfriends of Diddy's. Because remember, they claim everything was consensual. According to Diddy's indictment, Victim 1, 2, and 3 were named under Count 1. Count 1 being the racketeering conspiracy. Prosecutors allege as part of the pattern of racketeering activity, the defendant, that being Diddy, sex trafficked all 3 through force, fraud, and coercion. Prosecutors say in their motion, Diddy allegedly coerced all 3 to participate in orchestrated sexual encounters, aka freak takeoffs that lasted hours and sometimes days. Now, a lot of stuff has been redacted, but here's what hasn't been bolded in black. When it comes to victim 2, prosecutors say she explained that testifying at trial will already be extremely traumatic, and the trauma would only be magnified if her identity is revealed, and that's why she asked to testify under a pseudonym. Victim 3 explained the same. She wants to protect her privacy and the privacy of her family, prevent harassment, and minimize.
It's a difficult circumstance. He's making the best of the situation.
A situation one of Diddy's attorneys won't be part of moving forward. Anthony Rico announcing in court docs, under no circumstances can he continue defending the embattled rapper.
This is a serious proceeding with serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
In a motion filed on Thursday, Rico stopped short of revealing why he's stepping down from Diddy's legal team, just months ahead of the music mogul's scheduled trial date in May for sex trafficking and racketeering charges, all of which Diddy's denied.
You know, Dr. King called it the law of unintended consequences. So sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get.
That's Rico speaking up late last year for his now former client. ET's learned the attorney's exit will not affect Diddy's other attorneys, nor their defense strategy.
I told Mr. Combs I'm going to try and get his case to trial as quickly as possible. He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case. Nothing has changed from his perspective.
You're going to hear about my party. They're going to be shutting them down. They're going to probably be arresting me.
After Diddy was arrested, Rico said he provided a high level of legal representation. But now, for reasons unknown, he can under no circumstances effectively serve in the upcoming trial.
Nobody's okay with staying in jail for now.